மேடையில் வீற்றிருக்கும் மரியாதைக்குரியவர்கள் திரு டி ஜெயச்சந்திரன் அவர்களே, ஸ்ரீ யுவே மாதவன் சுவாமி அவர்களே, திரு எஸ்.ஆர். ராமநாதன் செட்டியார் அவர்களே, டாக்டர் ஏ.பி. அம்புசெல்வம் அவர்களே, ஸ்ரீமன் வானு மாமல்லி சுவாமி அவர்களே, ஸ்ரீமதி அர்ச்சனா ஈஸ்வர் அவர்களே, திரு கே.எஸ். அசோக் பாபு அவர்களே, திரு சிற்பி பரம்குரு அவர்களே, மரியாதைக்குரிய அழைப்பாளர்களே, சகோதர சகோதரிகளே, உங்கள் அனைவருக்கும் எனது இனிய வணக்கம். இந்த விழாவில் பங்கேற்பதில் நான் மிக மகிழ்ச்சி அடைகிறேன். காரணம், I am happy because this event gave me an opportunity to come and bow my head and touch the feet of Lord Shiva at Nandanar temple. I am also happy because I am participating in 135th birth anniversary of a great soul, Avatar Purush, Sri Swami Sahajananda Adigalar. We know that in our civilization, in our culture, in our dharma, we believe for several thousand years that whenever there has been a major crisis, whenever there has been a major crisis on our culture and our civilization, our dharma, divine, the God has appeared himself to save it. When Swami Sahajananda Adigalar, when he appeared, our society was in extreme distress. Swami Sahajanand, when he came, when he appeared, at the time, imagine what kind of society, what kind of situation we had in our country, including this place. Just think of, because when he appeared at the time, our society was under extreme threat from two external forces. So when Swami Sahajanand appeared at the time, there were two external forces which were very aggressively acting against our society. One force was, and both these forces were trying to destroy our culture, our civilization, our dharma. And these two forces, number one force was that force which kept and told us, your gods are bad. Your gods are the cause of your problem. Abandon the gods. Leave them. They are good for nothing. They will not solve your problem.
சாமி சகஜானந்தா அவர்கள் இந்த மண்ணில் தோன்றிய போது இரண்டு பெரிய சக்திகளை அவர் எதிர்கொள்ள வேண்டியிருந்தது. ஒன்று, கடவுள் இல்லை, நமது கடவுளை தவறாக விமர்சிக்கும் சக்தியா ஒரு சக்தி உருவாகின்றது.
This external force was led by an intellectual called Karl Marx. Karl Marx, he wrote 20 essays in 1852. 20 essays in an American paper, New York Tribune, in 1852, where he said that society of India, its culture and society must be destroyed because they worship animals and plants. They said, Karl Marx said, he told the British that your task in India is total destruction of India's social and cultural order. Another force, another external force, they said that your gods are bad, they are good for nothing, they are Satans. Come, worship our God. Our God will give you the solution to all your problems. These were the British missionaries. These two forces, with the backing, with the help of the British ruler, they played havoc with our society. They tried to destroy us, destroy our culture, destroy our dharma, destroy our identity. You know, many of us are not aware of how the situation was in the past. It is very unfortunate because the powers that be, they have destroyed our past history. In fact, they have tried to destroy our past history. If you look at, understand how the situation was before the British came and what happened after they came, then we will be able to understand properly what went wrong. The community which is most suppressed today, they are most suppressed, they are the Dalit communities. In our country, more so in our state. Dalit communities are the worst, most oppressed, they are the worst victim. But if you look at how was the situation when the British came, and then you assess, and then you will be able to find out what went wrong and who did what. In 1822, means a little more than 200 years before, when the British were here, they conducted a study on our social and educational status. Social and educational status of this country. And so they committed a study countrywide. There were 3 governors, one in Madras, which covered the whole south, one in Bengal, which covered the whole east, one in Bombay, which covered the whole west. So all the 3 governors conducted detailed study in 1822 to find out India's cultural and educational status. Now let us see what was our report. What was the report of Madras, then called Presidency. The area under Madras governor was Madras Presidency, which covered the whole south. Now at the time, governor of Madras was William Bentinck. And at the time, complete South India, which was Madras Presidency, there were 16 districts total, 16 districts. So Bentinck, the governor, got the report from all the district collectors of Madras Presidency. All the district collectors gave detailed report. These are available in the archive, Chennai.
அன்றைய சென்னை பிரசிடென்சியினுடைய கவர்னராக இருந்த பெட்டின் 16 கலெக்டர்களை வைத்திருந்தார். அந்த 16 கலெக்டர் மூலமாக தெளிவான ஒரு அறிக்கையை முன்னெடுத்து அதனுடன் அவர் பணிகளை தொடங்கினார்.
Now the reports of place where we are, there was South Arcot district, North Arcot district. There was no Kadalur district and all. Now if you look at the report of the status of education in Arcot district, then Arcot district, they have given village-wise detail, very detailed report. Schools, number of schools, number of colleges, higher education institutions, which were being run by the people of this country. They gave the detail, school-wise, college-wise. And there, in the detail, they have also mentioned students, how many students are studying, how many boys students, how many girl students, and the students breaking them into different groups: Brahmana, Vaishya, Shudras. In 3 categories they have brought the list how many students were studying from each of these communities. And you will be surprised that in all the schools together, the number of students of Sudra community studying was more than students of other communities put together. And they were all living together, eating together in the school, studying together. This was the report. It is there available in the archive. William Bentinck's time, 1822. A status of education and culture in our country. You know, what they called Shudras are essentially what we call Dalit today. And those of you who have difficulty in going to the archive and get the report, you go on the internet. Now everybody has got mobile, everybody has got internet. I request you, you just type Dharmpal work, Beautiful Tree, a name of the book, Beautiful Tree. Dharmpal was a person who devoted his whole life in studying the socio-cultural and education status of this country before the British came. So his book, The Beautiful Tree, it has the report of what was William Bentinck report. The entire report is available. I urge you all, please go on your mobile, type it, Beautiful Tree by William Bentinck. It is available. Those of you who want to have the book, Amazon, it is available for 150 rupees. Beautiful Tree, Dharmpal. It gives you school by school. Why I am saying all this? Because there has been so much of a lie, so much of a distortion spread that people have forgotten the past. The whole distortion have happened. So, I am insisting again, giving the fact. Researchers, go to the archive. Those of you who want to go to the archive, I will facilitate your entry into the archive. You get the report. It is there. Those of you who cannot go to the archive, go to the internet and get the report, the book, The Beautiful Tree, the name of Beautiful Tree by Dharmpal. You will get the status of education, school by school, college by college, in your Arcot district. Each district, even including Arcot, you will get to know what was the status here. And then you will see how the people were living together happily. There was no untouchability. There was no discrimination. You know, yes. Why did he choose the word beautiful tree? You know, he chose the word beautiful tree because Mahatma Gandhi, when he went for the round table conference to London, he told the British He told the British that before the British came, our country, Bharat, was a beautiful tree. It had many branches, so many branches, smaller branches, but they were all together as a part of one tree. What you did, you dug the roots of the tree and you make the tree die. That beautiful tree, the author has chosen the name because Mahatma Gandhi called this country a beautiful tree which has multiple hundreds and hundreds of branches, thousands of twigs, millions of leaves, each one separate from the other. In fact, each one looking different. No two leaves are alike, no two branches are alike, but yet they are all part of one tree. This was a beautiful expression given by Mahatma Gandhi. So, Dharmpal chose the word beautiful tree for this book, in which all the report of socio-cultural status of Madras Presidency is recorded there. Of the two forces that I told, two external forces, one that said you abandon your gods are the problem, they are useless. Those people, they have only encouraged people to fight. Last year I had been to Kidvelmani, the district in Nagapattinam, in the village in Nagapattinam district. You know what happened in Kidvelmani in 1968. How more than 44 Dalits were burnt alive. Because they were instigated by those people who believed that they must fight, the followers of Marx and Mao. They got them killed. When I visited last year, I saw the plight of those villagers, the people. Still, this is a small village. They don't have one decent house. Not even one decent house. When I asked them, why is it that you don't have are you not aware of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana? PM scheme for home for the homeless? Some of them, those who were educated, they say, we are aware, but we don't have our own land. Don't even have a small piece of land on which they can, because if you have to have a small piece of land to get the money, not loan, get the money for building your house. But we don't have our own land at all. So, 58 years after that massacre, even today, the villagers don't have their own house and they are living in miserable condition. And at the same time, in that very village, there is a huge memorial, spending crores of rupees building memorial, what they call is Martyrs Memorial. If they had spent a part of that money on building the houses, the whole village could have got, each one of them could have got a decent house to live in. No, they will not build it. They will not build it because the profit from the poverty was a very difficult situation in which Swami Sahajananda appeared to hold the society. Hold the society to see that people do not lose their cultural roots. They do not lose their dharmic roots. And he tried his best all through his life in saving the society. He opposed both the forces. He said, no, these two forces will destroy us. No. We have to develop, keeping our cultural roots, keeping our dharmic roots. We must be educated. We must prosper while keeping our identity intact. He set up He took many initiatives. Nandanar, Kalvi Kalagam. He started for education. Education of the society. Lift them up through education. Empower them through education. Because when they grow, they will be empowered. They will not suffer those atrocities which they suffer today. He took many measures to empower the society without losing the cultural and dharmic roots. Later on, after we became independent, a third force came. And all the three forces have operated on these communities. The third force came. Third force said, no, we have got another God for you, our own God, not that foreign God. We have our own God. Worship this God. We will give you social justice. We will give you all equality. We will give you everything. You will be like equal. You will be happy. You will be prosperous. They said that. But today, even after 70, 75 years, where are we? It disturbs me, it pains me when I read in the newspaper almost every day atrocities being committed on our Dalit brothers and sisters. They are not allowed to walk with the footwear in the streets of the village. In the schools, classrooms, there is a separation. When a village panchayat president is elected, is not Dalit president is elected, is not allowed to sit in the chair. Atrocities are committed day in and day out. Why? We need to think over it.
சுதந்திரத்துக்கு பிறகு மூன்றாவது தீய சக்தியான ஒன்று வந்தது. அது எங்கள் கடவுளை வணங்க வேண்டும் என்று கூறியது. அதே போல இன்றைக்கு ஊர் தலைவர்கள், கிராம ஊராட்சி மன்ற தலைவர் பட்டியல் சமுதாயத்திலிருந்து ஒரு உறவு வந்தால் அவர்களுக்கு அமர்வதற்கு நாற்காலி கொடுப்பதில்லை. அதே போல சில கிராமங்களில் தாங்கள் காலநிலையை அணிந்து கொண்டு கிராமங்களிலே செல்ல முடியவில்லை. குழந்தைகளை அதுமாரி தனிமைப்படுத்துகிறார்கள். இதை போன்ற ஒரு சூழல் தான் 75 ஆண்டுகளுக்கு சுதந்திரம் பெற்ற பிறகும் இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு நிலைதான் இங்கே நிகழ்ந்து கொண்டிருக்கிறது.
We talk about social justice, and nowadays there is a fashion to talk about Vaikam. You know, Vaikam Satyagraha, we all know, happened about 100 years ago in Kerala. Kerala's situation was equally bad. But today, how is Kerala? You go Kerala, there is nobody, you don't hear any case of this discrimination. Nobody today can do that. That today, the people from the downtrodden community, you have chief ministers. There is no discrimination, there is no such thing. When we talk about them, why don't we practice it here? And how did it happen in Kerala? In Kerala, it didn't happen through politics. It happened through social transformation. You had a people like Sri Narayana Guru, like what we have Swami Sahajanand. He came and he transformed the society. Because politics is about power. Politics divides and subdivides. It is the social transformation, social movement that unites the society. This Kerala could overcome it through social revolution, social transformation, with leaders like Sri Narayana Guru. Unfortunately, here in our state, we try to forget Swami Sahajanand, who was actually on the same line, Sri Narayana Guru, on that line. He was a spiritual leader, at the same time a great social transformer. About Kerala, how Kerala they overcame it. In Kerala they overcame it through social revolution, Sri Narayana Guru, and education. Today there is no discrimination in Kerala. It is here. And not only that, you know, in Kerala there was Ilva community. There is Ilva community. They were all kept away. Today we have a Ilva chief minister, a proud chief minister. here in our own state, down south if you go, Nadars, there one point of time they were all kept away. Today they are proud engine of our state and country's growth. Today they are the one who are leading in education, industry, and preservation of culture. Because these communities did not lose their cultural roots. They became educationally empowered. And with that, they moved forward. Unfortunately, here, our people have been victim of these three forces, two external, one internal, which has only been exploiting. What we need today is, we need to follow the teachings of Swami Sahajananda. Because he taught us to remain socially cohesive together, culturally rooted. We don't, because once you lose your culture, then you lose your identity. You cease to become who I am. You become rootless. And when anything is rootless, it falls. It cannot stand. It's the root that holds your ground. So Swami Sahajananda taught us to remain culturally rooted, socially cohesive, and then educationally grow. This message is so important today. And it is only through these three roots we must remain culturally rooted. What Swami Sahajananda Adiglar taught us, a great devotee of Nandanar, a great Nayanar, whom we all worship, a divine avatar. Remain culturally rooted. Remain united, socially cohesive together, and then educationally prosper. Then comes the empowerment. And then people listen to us. What these forces have done today, they have divided the community. When I came to this estate, and when I began studying the socio-cultural situation of this place and the people, I was shocked. I was shocked to find that as Dalit, there is no single community. It is nearly 200 castes. And when I found the past record, I find there were less number of castes. Today we have more number of castes. Caste after caste after caste, new and new castes are being created. Now today, the downtrodden, suppressed Dalit community is divided in about 200 castes. And they make to the vested interest, they keep them fighting among themselves. This problem, our genuine problem, cannot be solved through politics. Because politics is about power. It is about competitive power. It is not about welfare. We have to take control of ourselves. We have to take control of our society. And there has to be social initiative to bring the communities together, to divide, to bridge the gap between the communities. Let us socially unite, culturally remain rooted, and let us prosper educationally. I would like to see powerful, strong scientists, great engineers, great scientists, great leaders. I would be happy to see the day when we have a Dalit chief minister. We would like to see the day when we have a Dalit who is a great scientist in ISRO, sending the rockets to the sky and the moon and the planets and the stars. That has to be there. And that is why Swami Sahajananda becomes so important today. We have to reclaim him. His memory should not be allowed to fade away. There will be vested interests which will try to fade him away, to erase him from our memory. No. We have to keep his memory alive. We have to keep his message alive. and we have to follow what he taught us. And what he taught us? Remain culturally rooted, remain socially united, and educationally prosper. These three mantras that he gave us, it is time for us to do that. It is his 135th birth anniversary. Many birth anniversary will come and go. 135, 134 have come and gone. Many more will come and go. Soon, later we will forget him unless we remember this. I will urge all my brothers and sisters, when our country, Bharat, is going to the next 2.5 decades, less than 2.5 decades, when they are going to celebrate our centenary of independence, let this be our mission. That is the next 23 years, before 2047. As a mission, each one of us take a pledge that we will work towards the social unity of our people. We will work towards deepening the cultural roots of our people, and we will work towards educational advancement of our people, so that by the time this country celebrates 100th year of independence, we don't have to say that our Dalit brothers and sisters, they are Dalits. Dalit means oppressed. That should not be there. They must be able to walk with the head high and chest up, at par with others, even ahead of others. In the past we had great leaders. In the future also we must have great leaders who should lead it and make the country great. That should be mission. That should be the motto today that we must follow. That should be the pledge that all of us must take to follow Swami Sahajananda. Three things: remain socially united, remain culturally rooted, and work towards educational progress of the community. That should be our purpose of our today's meeting, today's celebration. But in this drive, in this mission, institution like Swami Sahajananda, a spiritual and cultural center, they have a leading role to play. They have a big role. And I urge everyone to support them, to help them in increasing their activities. You have told about there, more research should be there. There should be chair in the name of Swami Sahajananda in our Annamalai University. And I can assure you, the day we get the Vice Chancellor posted here, we will have a chair on the name of Sri Swami Sahajananda in Annamalai University, which will do researches, which will create literature on the works, on the life and works of Swami Sahajananda. Friend, thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம், நன்றி.